Good afternoon, everyone. Ma. Welcome to today radar system class. In today's class, I will explain about continuous wave Doppler radar, unmodulated continuous wave Doppler radar. Right? I already told that we have two types of radars mainly. I think my voice is audible and slides are visible to everyone. If any problem, please let me know. And here, basically, radars are classified into two main types. One is pulse radar and another one is continuous wave radar, right? So, if you transmit an electromagnetic pulse as a pulse waveform, then such type of radars are called as pulse waveform, pulsed radars, right? If you transmit continuous wave as an electromagnetic beam towards the target, then such type of radars are called as continuous wave radars. In a pulsed radars, we have two types. First one is basic pulse radar and second one is moving target indication radar. Moving target indication radar is your third unit. Basic pulse radar already you learned in your first unit, right? The basic operating principle and general block diagram of radar, all those related to basic pulse radar, right? It is used to detect the stationary targets, right? But whereas moving target indication radar is used to detect the moving targets, right? So next we have continuous wave radar. Okay, in this continuous wave radar, we have two types: unmodulated continuous wave radar, and the second one is frequency modulated continuous wave radar, right? In today's class, I will explain the concept called unmodulated continuous wave radar, right? That means here, actually, radar transmitting antenna transmits continuous wave, that is a continuous sinusoidal wave as an electromagnetic beam towards the target. It doesn't use any modulation scheme in order to extend the range capability of a radar system. So in the second type of continuous wave radars, frequency modulated continuous wave radar. In that one, in order to extend the range capabilities, they are using the frequency modulated continuous wave radar, right? So see here, the radar which operates with continuous wave signal for detecting the non-stationary targets, right? SEMA here, in a pulse radars, the basic pulse radar is used to detect stationary targets, and the moving MTI radar, moving target indication radar, is used to indicate the moving targets, right? But whereas coming to continuous wave radar, both the unmodulated continuous wave radar as well as the frequency modulated continuous wave radar, both are used to detect the moving targets only, non-stationary targets only, right? So the signal for detecting non-stationary targets is called as an unmodulated continuous wave radar, or simply CW radar. It is also called as CW Doppler radar. See, here the concept is actually in your exam they may ask about unmodulated continuous wave radar or simply a CW radar, or they may ask about CW Doppler radar. All are the same, right? It uses the Doppler effect, right? That's why it is called as CW Doppler radar. There is no modulation technique used. That's why it is called as an unmodulated continuous wave radar, right? Simply you may call this as a continuous wave radar. Okay. The basic concept here is it measures only the speed of the target, but not the distance of the target from the radar. What is the what you call technically the distance from this radar to a target is called as range, right? So by using this unmodulated continuous wave radar, the speed of the target is only measured. The range of the target is not provided. So in order to extend the range capability, in order to measure that range, we are going to the next concept called CW radar with non-zero IF receiver and FMCW radar. So those are the next concepts we are going to measure the range. But with this type of radar, that is unmodulated continuous wave radar, the range information is not provided. Only the speed of the moving target is detected by using this continuous wave Doppler radar, right? So now I'll explain the basic block diagram of this continuous wave Doppler radar, right? So SEMA here, actually, this is the transmitting section. This section is the transmitting section of a radar system, and this is the receiver section of a radar system. In common to transmitting section and receiving section, we have a duplexer where single antenna is acting as a transmitting antenna and receiving antenna, right? So, as it is a continuous wave Doppler radar, it should transmit a continuous wave as an electromagnetic beam towards the target. Where our target is located here, this is our target. So by using a continuous wave transmitter, we can generate a continuous wave which is having a frequency of f naught, right? Now the continuous wave which is having frequency f naught is projected towards the target. Okay, so now this target actually now this target is hit whenever whenever this continuous wave which is having a frequency f naught hits the target. Obviously, there is a shift in frequency. Are you getting the concept here? I already explained in the last classes. Whenever an electromagnetic beam touches the moving target, there may be a shift in frequency. That shift in frequency is called as Doppler shift, and that phenomena is called as Doppler effect, right? So whenever this continuous wave signal touches the moving target, if you assume this as an aeroplane, so whenever it touches the moving target, the frequency of this transmitted signal f naught is shifted by Doppler frequency or by Doppler shift, that is f naught plus or minus fd. Or okay, so and here also we have another condition. This f naught in some case it is considered as f naught plus fd. In other case it is considered as an f naught minus fd. What is the first case, f naught plus fd? In which condition we consider it as a f naught plus fd? Whenever this aeroplane moving towards this radar system, in that situation we consider it as an f naught plus fd, and whenever it is moving away from this radar system, we consider that as f naught minus fd, right? So if we assume that aeroplane moving towards the radar system, then you consider here the shift of this frequency is f naught to f naught plus fd, right? Now, whenever this echo signal reaches to a radar system, the duplexer is acting as a receiving antenna, and it receives echo signal, and it receives an echo signal. That echo signal is given to the radar receiver section, to the radar processing section, radar processing unit, right? So now this signal is this f naught the continuous wave signal which is having the frequency f naught transmitted by the transmitting antenna, and it hits the moving target. The frequency of f naught is shifted to f naught plus or minus fd. If it moves towards the radar system, it is f naught plus fd. If it moves away from the radar system, it is f naught minus fd. So now it is received by a receiving antenna. Now it is given to the receiver section. So here we have a mixer, detector or a mixer. The next block is detector or a mixer. So here this detector or mixer is having two inputs. Always the mixer block is having the two inputs, right? So one signal is the received signal from the receiver, that is f naught plus or minus fd, and another signal is f naught. Okay. If you assume the target is moving towards the radar system, then we consider f naught plus fd, because frequency is increases whenever the moving target approaches source point. Frequency of operation is increasing, that is f naught plus fd. When it is moving away from the radar system, it is f naught minus fd. We already discussed in the last class, right? So now it becomes f naught plus fd minus f naught, right? The mixer is nothing but which produces sum and difference signals, right? So it is f naught plus fd minus f naught. So f naught and f naught will get cancelled, and fd is the Doppler shift frequency component that is identified at the output of a mixer, that is the output of a detector, right? Now what is the input to a beat frequency amplifier? This fd signal is given as input to the beat frequency amplifier. Here the main beat frequency, actually this amplifier acts as filter as well as an amplifier. It filters, it rejects the echo signals from the stationary target, because what is the function of this continuous wave Doppler radar? Why we are calling this as a continuous wave Doppler radar? There is a Doppler shift in the transmitted signal frequency, and we are transmitting a continuous wave. That's why we are called this as a continuous wave. Okay. There is a shift in Doppler frequency whenever it hits the moving target. That's why continuous wave Doppler radar, right? So here, this beat frequency amplifier, this continuous wave Doppler radar, main purpose is to detect the moving targets, right? Not stationary targets. But whenever the signal is projected in a free space, it touches moving targets as well as some stationary targets which are present in the space, right? Which are present in the this airspace, right? There may be so many this surveillance range. Within the surveillance range, there may be a stationary targets like a sea is a stationary target, trees are stationary targets, mountains are stationary targets, right? So whenever we project these beams towards the moving target, these beams there may be a chance of hitting stationary targets also. That means there may be a chance of getting an echo signal from the stationary targets, including the echoes from the moving targets. But what is the ultimate aim of this continuous wave Doppler radar? It should only detect the echoes from the moving targets, not echoes from the stationary targets, right? So that means here this beat frequency amplifier is acting as a filter as well as an amplifier, which offers, which allows the echoes of moving targets uh, and rejects the echoes from the rejects an echoes from the stationary targets. You may have a doubt, ma, here how it identifies, madam, how it identifies the stationary targets and moving target echoes. Okay, it can easily identify, ma, because we have the concept whenever the transmitted signal touches the moving target, then only shift in frequency. So the signal which is having a Doppler frequency, that signal is from the moving target. So whenever it hits the stationary target, there is no shift in the transmitted frequency. The echo signal which is having the frequency as like the transmitted frequency. There is no shift in there is no Doppler shift in frequency. Then such type of targets are called as then such type of echo signals are from the echoes from the stationary target. So at this beat frequency amplifier, it rejects the echoes from the stationary targets, which are called as, those echoes are called as clutter signals. Clutter is very, very important point. I think it may be asked, there may be a chance of asking for 2 marks, clutter. What do you mean by clutter, ma? Here clutter is nothing but an echoes from the stationary targets, right? So this beat frequency amplifier rejects the clutter signals and allows the echoes from the moving targets, right? Now the Doppler frequency shift. That's why here it is represented as an FD. FD is nothing but the signal which is having Doppler shift. Which signal is having Doppler shift? Now the signal which touches the moving target. Okay. So now that is an echo from the moving target, and that is processed by using a radar processing unit, by using several image processing techniques. And after processing this Doppler information that was displayed on the radar display, which is called as an indicator. Okay, right? Now I think you are clear with the diagram of a continuous wave Doppler radar, right? I think now you got a clear concept, right? Now Seema here, the frequency response of this beat frequency amplifier. See here. So Seema, this is the frequency response of beat frequency amplifier. We considered frequency on x-axis, response on y-axis. So it offers attenuation to lower frequencies where where the clutter signals are low frequency signals. That means DC components, right, from the stationary targets are rejected by using this beat frequency amplifier, right? So I already explained the concept. Please see these lines. FR is equals to F naught plus FD. FR is nothing but received signal frequency is equals to F naught plus FD. So the target is coming towards the radar system, right? And that received frequency FR is equals to F naught minus FD if the target is moving away from the radar system. Okay. And in order to derive the Doppler frequency, they are considering the range, or that is the distance from radar to target, unit wavelength. I already explained all these terms in the last class. The Doppler shift and Doppler frequency is derived here. So that is FD, Doppler frequency is derived as FD is equals to 2 VR by lambda, right? And these are the several applications of this continuous wave Doppler radar, right? What are the applications marked in here? To find the target bearing angle, elevation angle, velocity, and to indicate the presence of moving targets, to find the radial velocity of moving targets, and to find whether the object is approaching or moving away. So these are the several applications. In each application, the basic principle is based on the Doppler effect, whether the target is moving away from the source or moving towards the source, right? So, and what is the main disadvantage of this continuous wave Doppler radar means it does not give information about range. But in addition to this disadvantage, this Doppler continuous wave Doppler radar is also having another disadvantages. I will explain those disadvantages. Schema here. Actually, here we are using a single antenna as single antenna for both purposes, transmitting purpose and receiving purpose, right? So, actually, we are transmitting the transmitted signal in the power range of megawatts, but we are receiving due to some noise and due to the long distance traveling of this wave, we are receiving the power in milliwatts. This power is in the order of megawatts and this power is in the order of milliwatts. So actually here duplexer function is whenever it is acting as a transmitting antenna, it offers open circuit to receiver, right? Actually, it offers open circuit to receiver and it provides short circuit to transmitter. Whenever it is acting, this single antenna is acting as a transmitter means it provides short circuit to this continuous wave transmitter, right? And open circuit to this one, okay? So whenever it is acting as a receiver means it provides open circuit to transmitting part and short circuit to receiving part. Actually, this is the function of duplexer. This is the ideal function, but always it should not obey the ideal functionalities. It is deviated from the ideal functionality. So whenever it is acting as a transmitting antenna, there is a megawatts of power is transmitted into the free space, right? So if this if that high range of power is leaked into the receiver section, gradually what is the power range of our receiver? It receives the power in the order of watts or milliwatts. That means we are designing the receiver circuitry which can withstand the milliwatt or watts power range. But we can design the transmitter circuitry that can withstand the megawatts power range, right? So if this deviates, if it offers any leakage of transmitted power into the receiver part, there may be a burning of receiver section. There may be a chance of burning receiver section, right? I think you got the concept now. That means a complete isolation is not provided for the transmitter and receiver. That was actually one drawback of this continuous wave Doppler radar, right? And another main drawback is it should not measure the range of the target. It only gives the speed of the target, right? It only gives the speed of the moving target, right? So actually this is the second drawback, and we have another third drawback, that is in this one we have a noise called flicker noise. Okay, actually in this continuous wave Doppler radar we have a noise called flicker noise, and that flicker noise is having power spectral density. I think I show here. Okay, I will show it later. So actually it offers a flicker noise, that is one type of radar noise which is occurred at the receiver end. So that the flicker noise is having a probability density function of 1 by f, right? So actually that is having a probability, flicker noise is having the probability density function of 1 by f. That means what f flicker noise is proportional to 1 by f. That means f is frequency is directly proportional to the frequency is inversely proportional to the flicker noise, So whenever the frequency is increases, right? Whenever the frequency is increases, flicker noise is decreased. Whenever the frequency is decreased, flicker noise is increases. So in this, this continuous wave Doppler radar operation is at lower frequencies when compared to other sessions. Next topics, that is continuous wave Doppler radar non-zero IF. This is zero IF. There is no intermediate frequency is produced. Here this mixer or detector is acting as comparing. This comparing these two signals, right? So IF intermediate, if you want to generate an intermediate frequency means always the mixer is followed with local oscillator, right? By using that local oscillator frequency, it generates an intermediate frequency actually, right? That was actually the concept is we already studied in our analog communication, but there is no local oscillator. It does not heterodyning or it does not mixing any two signals. Just it compares these two signals and it gives the resultant signal, right? So that means it is not using intermediate frequency means it is not using high frequency. So the flicker noise flicker noise is proportional to 1 by f means it is uses the it using low frequency means it is having high flicker noise, right? I will show that flicker noise graph in later class. So see here. So with this continuous wave Doppler radar is having mainly three drawbacks. First one is it doesn't give any information related to range. That was the main drawback. And in addition to this drawback, we have another two drawbacks. That is, an isolation between the transmitter and receiver is not completely provided. Due to that, we have there may be a chance of burning of a receiver session, right? And another concept is called flicker noise. Okay. So SEMA here, there is some animations where this is assume this as a where we used this continuous applications. These are the applications we used this continuous wave Doppler radar in a weather radar also. Assume this as a raindrop. How it predicts weather conditions, rain conditions. See these animations, you may got a clear idea about this one. So this is the transmitted continuous wave signal. Actually, raindrop is also a moving target, right? Because our continuous wave Doppler radar is used to detect the moving targets. Rain is moving, okay? So whenever it hits this drop, number of echo signals are generated. Some of the echo signals reaches the radar part. So again, it receives that echo signal, processes that echo signal, and gives the information related to this rain, right? I think you got the concept. And SEMA, this is National Severe Storms Laboratory, National Storm Prediction Center, where our continuous wave Doppler radar is used, right? Actually, in these laboratories, our continuous wave Doppler radar is used to predict the weather conditions. Okay. And this one is see how it sends here. It uses a horizontal transmission. In previous classes, I told that the radar antenna rotates in a 360 degrees direction in order to predict the all the moving targets, right? But here there is no need to rotate because the rain is falling vertically. So if you send, if this weather radar sends in this particular application only, in weather radar application, if it transmits horizontal pulse, then definitely it touches that vertically falling raindrops and all that, and it can easily identify the target scene. This is the pulse transmission. This is a continuous wave Doppler radar which transmits horizontal pulses. By always in our electronics and communications, always we are trying to minimize the system complexity. So actually to rotate radar antenna in a 360 degrees direction, we need an external equipment. So but in case of weather forecasting radars, there is no need of rotating all these things. So if you are not using rotating components, that means system complexity is reduced and system cost also reduced, right? So it transmits only horizontal pulses, right? See, this one is also rotating in 180 degrees direction only. See, this is also a one type of weather radar. Okay. Okay, ma, I think you got the concept. And see, this picture explains you how it predicts the weather conditions. Radio waves at frequency f naught of radar. It generates this radio. It transmits these radio waves where this is our radar antenna. Okay. So whenever it hits the raindrops, these are the reflected echoes from the raindrops. Okay. Movement of raindrops. It indicates the movement of raindrops. Okay. Okay. And by using this continuous wave, okay, see this animation, ma. Actually, till now, I shown all the concepts how a weather radar, how we are using continuous wave Doppler radar in a weather radar, and how it predicts the radar rain conditions or weather conditions, right? But now I'll show. This is actually this was see clearly. This is the transmitted signal, right? And this is the received echo signal, right? Now this received echo signal is processed by using radar processing unit, in which several image processing techniques are used to process this information. Several algorithms are used to process this signal, right? Now SEMA, actually this was the display on radar indicator. Okay. See clearly. Follow the concept lines. This is the transmitted signal. This is the echo signal received from the receiving antenna. Now this is giving to receiver section. In this receiver section, we have a separate radar processing unit. That radar processing unit is processed this received echo signal. Now that is displayed on the indicator or radar display. So here what I am trying to show is, if you consider a weather radar, this was the signal which is displayed on the, this was actually sorry, this is not a signal, this is the image which is displayed on the radar display. So based on this radar display, they can predict the weather conditions, right? So these are the original images which are downloaded from the net. So see here, see this animation. SEMA, this dark red color indicates the heavy rain, and this green color indicates the low volume of rain, and yellow color indicates the medium rain, and blue color indicates the ice percentage, snow. You know snowfall. We have a snowfall in other countries like US and UK, right? So this is the image of that weather radar. Okay, I think you got the concept. So it indicates this dark red color indicates the percentage of heavy rain, and yellow color indicates the percentage of medium rain, and green color low rain, very small drizzle drops, right? So whereas this blue color indicates the snowfall. And see how that actually this image gives the prediction of snowfall. Actually, I already told that blue color indicates the snow. So it indicates how much snow is concentrated and how, in which direction it is moving. These are the places, right? So in these places, how it is moving, right? Here also it is this actually, see, this is a ship where our radar system is placed here. So it transmits horizontal pulses in a 180-degree directions. So whenever in this route, if any other ships are coming, so these signals hitted by those ships, and echoes are returned back to the radar system. which process and which identify the which alerts the this person about the other ships, and which which can eliminate the collision of collision with other ships, right? So this is acting as a collision avoidance system. This radar, our continuous wave Doppler radar, is acting here as collision avoidance system. Okay, right? And now I think Seema, now I think you are clear with the continuous wave Doppler radar. What is continuous wave Doppler radar? What is the function? Why we are using? What is the block diagram? And what is the basic operation, working principle? And what are the applications? What are the disadvantages? Right? Now I think you are clear with this topic. So